Welcome everyone to Two Off the Tee. I'm Keith Flemming. Tonight I am by myself, going solo. Kelly unfortunately is not feeling well. Hope she gets feeling better soon. Ryan is still recovering from his surgery. Thank you so much for all the people that sent kind messages. So I'm going to just get right into it. This week we have the PGA National, the Cognizant Classic, formerly known as the Honda. It's amazing what name recognition does. It doesn't seem to be quite the same since it's on the Cognizant Classic, but still the same great venue. PGA National, home of the Bear Trap, one of the toughest golf courses on tour by far. This is a course that has tight tee shots, ton of dog legs, a lot of forced layups. There's water that comes into play on 13 different holes. Wedge play is literally a non-factor. I think it's 11% of the shots come from 125 yards and within. It's like one of the lowest numbers on tour. 65% of the approaches come from 125 to 200 yards. And this is the toughest course on tour on approaches of 150 yards or more. And players have to have a lot of those. So the stats this week for me, I went back and looked at last year. I don't think I leaned enough into course comp history, etc. And I looked too much into the ball striking factor because there's a lot of, people pointing out that there's no guarantee for success with guys. Almost everybody who wins this event had missed the cut in one of their previous 2-3 starts at PGA National. However, there is a lot of guys who have done very well at this venue over and over and over again. So I'm looking at guys that have success at this venue, success on the Florida swing. The statistics I am looking for, I want people that don't make big numbers. So bogey avoidance, any ball striking metric, whether it be strokes gained approach. I look more at driving accuracy than do strokes gained off the tee for an event like this. You need to get it in the fairway. Putting and around the greens on Bermuda, you're scrambling. And then remember, this is a golf course that features 3 easy holes. They have 3 par 5s. Last year, they made the change where the 10th went from a long par 4, one of the more difficult holes on the golf course, to a reachable par 5. So that's it. That's the 3 scoring holes of par 5. All other 15 holes regularly play over par. So again, some of the same guys. You got, like for instance, the top 10 in comp course history. The guys that have, in course history, just at PGA National: Berger, Henley, Lowry, Fowler, Byung-On, Eric Cole, Kitayama, Ryan Gerard, Lee Hodges. You got 9 guys that have not missed the cut in the last 5 years. They're Billy Horschel, Russell Henley, Lowry, Jonathan Vegas, Bo Hostler, Mackenzie Hughes, Mark Hubert, Davis Riley, and Sam Ryder. And then there's 11 guys with multiple top 15s the last 5 years. There's Straka, Daniel Berger, Sungjae M, Henley, Shane Lowry, Lee Hodges, Gary Woodland, Keith Mitchell, Sam Ryder, Zach Johnson, not the name you expect, and Chris Kirk. Guys that play Florida courses, that's a big deal. I'm looking at guys like the guys that really excel in Florida, like this Florida swing: Shane Lowry, Kirk, Henley, Jordan Spieth, Cam Young, Buzenhout, Ben Griffin, Berger, Billy Horschel, Brian Harmon. And then again, I really want the guys that have a combination of they're good with the approach. They, are ball strikers off the tee. There's players that are top 40 in strokes gained, total difficult conditions, bogey avoidance, scrambling. And it's Russell Henley, Daniel Berger, C.T. Pan, Keith Mitchell, Mac Messiner, and Nate Lashley. The group that I really leaned into was above average in strokes gained approach, proximity again from 150 to 200, the strokes gained ball striking, scrambling, strokes gained total on difficult scoring conditions, and then Bermuda conditions: Russell Henley, Berger, Glover, C.T. Pan, Gary Woodland, Ben Griffin, Charlie Hoffman, Doug Gim. So it's It's one of those courses where I want guys who have a history there, preferably play Florida courses well. They play well on the wind. They're ball strikers. I would like for them either to be really good chipping and putting on Bermuda greens, really good at scrambling, bogey avoidance, like one of those two factors. But let's just go ahead and go through my DFS plays and bets. And again, I apologize for the show being so short, but being solo, I didn't think you wanted to listen to me just yabber on. You can hit me up with any questions on the Twitter, the Discord at Fantasy Six Pack. But let's start with my official DK lineup. Daniel Berger, 9,900. He's too good here. He's somebody that across the scope is what I'm looking at. Superior ball striker. You're talking about somebody right now that is fourth in strokes gained tee to green, top 20 off the tee, top 20 in strokes gained total, top 35 in strokes gained approach, strokes gained around the green, driving accuracy. He's ninth in scrambling. He's somebody that's top 20 in approaches outside 100 yards. He just across the board, 14th in bogey avoidance. Very good on par fours. They're really hard here. So I think Berger's a value. Also like him at 25 to 1 to win. The next, Sepp Straka, go Dogs, 9,400. Also like him 25 to 1 to win. Also really like him plus 450 to top 5. I get the Genesis was bad, and it was. That's the last time we saw him. But before that, top 15, I believe it was 5 of his previous 7. That included his win. He's won here before. He's had a top 5 here before. Again, similar to the Genesis. Missed the cut of the Genesis, right? The last event. He missed the cut in this event last year. But the previous 2 were winning a top 5. So and his ball striking numbers are still outrageous. Top 20 in strokes gained approach, tee to green, driving accuracy. He's 6th in green and regulation percentage, 5th in proximity. I mean, he is an absolute ball striker. For whatever reason, he appears to play better in Florida, like putt better, chip better. He's 4th in proximity from 175 to 200. That's that huge number. And he's top 20 in par 3, par 4, and par 5 scoring. So I love Straka. There's no way that I could not or keep him off. Alex Smalley, this is one that's a little risky. He does not have a good track record here. 2 appearances, 2 missed cuts. I just like what I've seen out of him. He's really striking the ball well. I know he had a rough back 9 on Sunday. He made 2 late bogeys and a double that ruined a top 5 prop for myself, but I'm sure a lot of other people. Ended up still finishing 10th. He's still playing really good. He's top 30 par 4, par 5 scoring. He's good at avoiding bogeys, top 20 in, scrambling and bogey avoidance. And then again, the ball striking metrics, man. He is 3rd in strokes gained tee to green, 15th in strokes gained off the tee. But he's been good around them too. 21st in strokes gained around the green and 33rd in strokes gained putting. So I do like him. He's a little risky though. You can also, I like him 40 to 1 to win and 4 to 1 to top 10. Next in that official lineup, Lucas Glover, 7,800. Another one of these guys that he plays this course over and over again. I feel like under 8K, it would not shock me if he's in contention to win. It would shock me if he misses the cut. He just plays this kind of golf course so well. If you look, I think he has 6 top 35 finishes in his last 7 starts here. You can also get Glover at 60 to 1 to win, which I like that, and plus 450 to top 10. He's still Lucas Glover, 4th in driving accuracy. Hits it as straight as anybody in the world. He's 10th in proximity, so he's still got a great iron game. And what I really like is he's gotten better at scrambling. He's top 20 in scrambling right now. He's top 30 in bogey avoidance. I just think Glover's a really safe play, and at 7,800, that's a value. Gary Woodland is 5th, so we got Berger, Straka, Smalley, Glover, and Woodland at 7,500. Woodland is 55 to 1 to win, and what is he? Plus 900 to top 5. I think Woodland is an immense value right now. This dude had, basically a tumor and had brain surgery like 2 years ago. Last year was just him getting his feet wet. Now that he has, his ball striking numbers are starting to look like the old Gary Woodland. He's 9th on approaches of 200 plus yards, 11th in approaches of 100 plus yards, 17th on approaches of 175 to 200. He's 8th in proximity. His strokes gained tee to green and off the tee are really good. I like his recent form. Like, I think Woodland is a real value this week, and I expect him to play well, and I do think he's going to be in contention. And then rounding out the official DK lineup, again, you got Berger, Straka, Smalley, Glover, Woodland, and then Hodges. Lee Hodges, 7,400. He's 71 to win. You can get him at plus 550 to top 10. I like that as well. Hodges, another one of these guys. He's got a good track record here in just a few starts. And just across the board, his numbers are really good. He's top 30 in par 4 and par 3 scoring. So if he can play the par 5s well, I think Hodges can have a great week. He's top 40 in scrambling, total putting, and then he's really good at driving the ball as well. I like it when I see a guy that's 22nd in total driving and 9th in strokes gained putting. This is somebody playing a course that's not going to give a lot of leeway. So again, that official DK lineup is Berger, Straka, Smalley, Glover, Woodland, Hodges. There's 4 other guys I want to mention before I get out of here. And I know this has been the shortest episode ever. You should be proud of me. You know, we know how I like to talk. Dylan, you're the man. Russell Henley, just a great track record here. He's 10,700 on DK. I like him 25 to 1 to win. Again, a guy that drives it incredibly straight, 12th in driving accuracy, but also such a good iron player. 24 strokes gained approach, from 175 to 200 yards. He's top 15 in proximity. He's 14th in proximity, 100 plus yards. It's another guy that's really good on par 3s and par 4s. So if he can just play the par 5s well, those 3 easy holes, and he plays par 3s and par 4s like Russell Henley is capable of, he's going to do well. And again, we went over the course history a little bit earlier and the comp courses. Henry just plays really well on these courses. Anytime it's a tough course, Bermuda conditions, that's him. I really like Minwoo Lee this week. He is, not just because his name's awesome, but he's 9,200. I like him at 30 to 1 to win. I think it's plus 450 or 550 to top 5. He's got a runner up here, came back last year, had another good finish. He's played obviously very well in the win, being from Australia. Florida wins are nothing. He seems to putt and chip better on Bermuda greens, which are huge. And this is a guy that's top 25 in approaches of 100 plus yards. He's top 35 in strokes gained off the tee and strokes gained tee to green. And then what I really like about him is he's getting so much better around the greens. Ronnie, it's just me tonight. Unfortunately, Kelly wasn't feeling well, and Ryan is obviously still recovering from his surgery, but I'm going through these plays. It's going to be like a 15, 20-minute video, but I promise you can watch it again on YouTube. You can hit me up with any questions on Twitter or in the Discord. Happy to answer them that way too. But rather than just going through a whole spill, I was just going to kind of go through my stuff, get in, get out. But again, Minwoo Lee is somebody that I really like at this venue. I think that he would not surprise me if he wins this event. And I think that at 9,200, he's a real value on DraftKings. Like, it feels like he should be at least $500-$600 more because he makes a cut. It's like for most of his career since he's been on both tours. The other 2 guys I like, they're especially cheaper players. Ryan Gerard, 7,400. He's 70 to 1 to win, plus 550 to top 10. This guy's numbers are really impressive. He's 37th in scrambling and strokes gained approach, 16th in total driving. So you got somebody who's a good iron player. They get the ball in the fairway. And then he's top 30 in strokes gained putting. And then the par 4 scoring's bid. He's 11th in that. The par 4s here are brutally tough. So if he plays the par 4s well, and then again takes advantage of those par 5s, he's going to be in great position. And then the last guy, Danny Willett, who is starting to kind of show signs of life with some of his metrics and ball striking. He's 6,400 on DK. I like that. It's one of the cheapest plays you can have. But I really like also 20 to 1 to top 10 and 8 to 1 to top 20. Feels like a little bit of a value. Willett has actually had some good finishes recently. Another one of these guys that if he can play the par 5s well, he's right now top 45 in par 3 and par 4 scoring. He's doing very well on approach. He's 9th on approaches outside of 200 yards, 11th on approaches of 100 plus, 17th on approaches 175 to 200. Remember, 150 yards and further, the most iron shots on the tour happen at PGA National. So those are all good things for Wilt. He's 8th in proximity right now. He's just got to chip and putt good. That's really the difference. But this is the kind of course that, like, I like these grinders, like other guys that just, to me, are decent options that are, pretty low price guys, are like Zach Johnson, Mark Hubbard, Mac Messnier. These guys that, Brian Harmon, he's 7,700. You want these guys that don't make a lot of bogeys. They play par fours and par threes well. And then the key is you just got to beat up those par fives, because only 3 holes since last year when they changed it to 3 par from the par 70 to the par 71. Those 3 par fives, the only holes that play under par. Everything else, you're just fighting for your life. So I want guys with, again, good track record, et cetera. Just real quickly to go over the plays one more time, and then I'm going to get out of here. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to hit me up. The official DK lineup: Berger at 9,900, Straka 9,400, Smalley 7,900, Lucas Glover 7,800, Gary Woodland 7,500, Lee Hodges 7,400. You can get Berger and Straka 25 to 1 to win. Smalley's 45, like him, 4 to 1 to top 10. Glover 60 to 1 plus 450 to top 10. Woodland 55 to 1 to win plus 900 to top 5. And then Hodges is 70 to 1 to win plus 550 to top 10. And then the other 4 people that I really like this week: Russell Henley 10-7 on DK. He's 25 to 1 to win. Minwoo Lee 9,200. He's 30 to 1 to win. And then the 2 cheaper guys that I'm mixing in lineups: Ryan Gerard 7,400. I really like that plus 550 to top 10. He's playing really well. He's got a lot of metrics that match this course. And then again, Danny Will at 6,400, 20 to 1 to top 10, 8 to 1 to top 20. I like his recent form and those ball striking numbers. I'm telling you, like, to see him 9th on approaches of 200 plus, 17th from 175 to 200, 8th in proximity overall. He's going to have to hit a lot of those shots. And he's somebody that if he can get a leg up on that, and this is a course where you're not going to see a ton of birdies, I just think that could be a safe play. But if you have any questions, hit me up. Be sure to join Fantasy Six Pack's Discord. If you have not, you should check out my article on fantasysixpack.net. It has a lot of this information plus much more. And then we have some exciting stuff coming up in the golf world, where we're going to eventually have a DFS cheat sheet each week, as well as some data and stuff on the site for people to use to help kind of, figure out their own selections. And we try to navigate this together and win some money. But again, thank you so much. Sorry for such a short episode, but I didn't think you wanted me to talk for an hour. Actually, I know nobody wants to. So you guys have a great one. We'll be back next week. And like I said, hit me up if you have any questions on either Discord or Twitter. We'll see you guys.